Father, My Story.
My name is Andrew Ackah, the CEO of DENTSU Ghana, the Marketing Communications Group of Companies, and also the President of the Advertising Association of Ghana. My father was Sylvester George Ackah of blessed memory. He passed on a few years ago. My father was an educationist who started as a teacher and rose to the ranks of Regional Director of Education in Central Region. Prior to that, he was the Deputy Regional Director of Education in the Western Region. I grew up in a family of 13 children, so you can imagine our home was full of fun and a lot of teasing with your siblings. But a few things about my father that was quite striking. The first was his work ethics. My father was quite diligent to his work. His routine and his pattern of work was very impressive, and that is something that has stuck with me and has helped me to maneuver my own path to what I'm doing today. The second thing I miss about my father was his strict nature to everything. He was a disciplinarian, and that means that you know what you have to do, and no one needs to speak to you because he would demand that you do the best. And I think that put a bit of fear, not fear of him as a person, of course, when we are kids and your father is a disciplinarian, there's a bit of fear, but I think the fear of not doing the wrong things, and also the courage to know that when you do something which is wrong, you need to own up and bear the consequence. I think it's something that still sticks with me, that no matter what happens, you need to own up for your responsibility, and you need to be accountable to those responsibilities. The third, which is quite silent, is that he had massive hope for all his children. He supported all of us, taking us to some of the best schools and supporting us. But I think my father had a very silent way of encouraging you without actually telling you, and that is based on his own lifestyle, his discipline at home, his work ethics, the relationship that he builds with his friends and the church, and all of that is something that I think he wanted us to emulate without telling us directly that do what I do. Is something that was quite silent, but it was very loud in all of our ears. So you dare not want to go against my father, and you wouldn't want to be too far from the tree, as they say. My father's ethics was also quite poignant, and that showed in the way he relates when it comes to matters of his work. Him being a public servant, there's several times that I witnessed people that my father helped, and you could actually see my father just trying to let them know that he's not interested in the envelope. He's more interested in helping their cause, and I think that is something that also stuck with me, that no matter what it is and no matter what you do, you need to make sure that you have your ethics straight and focus on exactly what you want to do. Being a teacher also meant that he taught us things that you would not forget. One is actually, I'm a Catholic, so my father really was interested in us following the Catholic faith. So he bought us Catholic books that we read and make sure that we were in church every Sunday, to improve our morals and our ethics and all of that. That also was very, very important to me and my siblings. And I still remain, my faith is very strong because as I observed my father waking up 4 a.m. every single day, having his quiet time, reciting his rosary and praying. And I think that also stuck with me, that it's not just about the work that you do, but you also need to enhance the spiritual aspect of your life. Growing up, I really didn't think that fatherhood was that difficult, because I recall being a kid, I didn't understand my father. There were a lot of things that I was challenging in my head. I needed a lot more explanation. But I think him being a quieter person and wanting us to learn and observe, things all by ourselves, I took a lot of things for granted until I became a father. Then I realized, wow, this journey is not easy. I recall one time I visited him at home. He received me, smiled. We had breakfast, and after that, I went closer to him and I said, "Da," I spoke in front of Da. being a man is not easy. And then he smiled, and then he said, "Wusu ehu ehu," and then he said, "Bibi abe fine." I think it was the first time in my life that I realized that I'm assuming his role, and so how he raised us up, all the things I had learned from him was going to help me to run my own journey, to raise my own kids in a way that they would also remember, the good things that their father has done for them. I absolutely think that fathers should be celebrated, and I think that fathers are not celebrated enough. But the bottom line is that fathers must be celebrated because it is tough. It is not easy. We're unable to do a lot of the things that the women do because, we're supposed to be the hunters. We're supposed to be grinding. We take on the heavy lifting of ensuring that the entire family is doing well and that the goals of the family is actually being achieved. So we go through a lot of stress. We go through a lot of hard times. And we think that, let's try and encourage fathers and appreciate them. Men don't want a lot of celebration, but we just want the appreciation, for people to say, thank you for the job that you're doing. Even if it's not enough, we appreciate you and we need you to do some more. I have several memories of my father. They're just too many that I can count. But the one which was at the crossroads of my own becoming a man, still sticks with me, and that is when I was done with uni and I was actually coming into the world to look for a job and to start a living. I went to him and I fetched a bowl of water and I asked my father to bless me. The reason is that I understood that I came from him and that he held a certain spiritual and moral aura that I wanted to inherit, and that I took it to him. And he was surprised because he didn't think that I'll be spiritually sensitive enough to ask him to bless me in this major way. And he smiled, and the smile felt like my son knows exactly what he's doing. And after the blessing, he told me that wherever you're going, never look back, because this is it. You have everything that you need because I've blessed you with it. And from that day, I felt like I inherited something from my father, and I've never looked back because I know that he truly meant all the good and all the blessings that he gave to me. So I'm getting goosebumps now because that for me is the most defining moment, that I had with my father. As we celebrate Father's Day today, all I want to tell fathers is that kudos. Thank you for being a father. Thank you for grinding. Thank you for working hard. Thank you for putting your heart, your mind, your energy and everything into building your family, raising your kids and supporting your family. I know it is not easy because I am one, but all I can tell you is that keep doing you, keep being a father. And at the end of the day, you would love it and you'll be celebrated. And when it's time for you to pass this world, you are going to go in smiles. Thank you all and happy Father's Day.
My Father, My Story, celebrating fatherhood.